This conference will now be
So,
recorded.
in the previous session, what we discussed, guys?
Business
Program
rules.
command.
Yes, we discussed about business rule shape, right? So, what is the use of business rule shape?
At a
By
time, we
using,
perform multiple conditions.
yes. So, by using business rule shape, we can take multiple conditions, right? We can evaluate the document or we can evaluate the profile depending on the multiple rules, right? So, and here we can write the custom error messages also, right? Multiple evaluate the or validate the document depending on multiple multiple rules, right? Or conditions. So multiple rules and each rule, right? In the each rule we can write multiple conditions. It's not like that we can specify only one rule. In one rule we can write multiple conditions. No, we can write multiple conditions and multiple rules. Okay, each rule contains or in each rule we can define and each rule we can we can define we can define multiple conditions, right? Multiple conditions and see, so we can write the custom error messages by using business rule shape, right? So can, yes or no, we can
Yes.
write custom error messages, custom error messages. So behind the reason behind the why the document get rejected, right? Why the document get rejected, for that we can write the custom error messages. Okay, till here anyone have any questions or any doubts? Yes, anyone have any questions or any doubts? So before we get into Bhumi, anyone have any questions or any doubts? Okay. So today we'll discuss about flow control sheet. So flow control sheet. So flow control sheet. So basically whenever if you have a large volume of data or if, whenever you have a bulk amount of data, if you are getting lakhs of records or thousands of records from the source system, so but the target system does not have a capability, no, okay, then you want to control the flow of the documents. Okay, you want to control the flow of a documents without stopping the execution or if, without doing stopping or without doing any logic. So you want to do some kind of flow of control, then we can use a flow control shape. Okay, we can use a flow control shape and we can do the execution without affecting the execution. Okay, so for that we have a flow control shape. Okay, by using flow control shape we can control the flow of a documents. Okay, so flow control shape, very very important shape. Okay, very very important shape, please focus. Okay, so flow control shape is used to control the flow of documents. Okay, in the process of execution. Okay, process execution, if we have a process execution, then we can use a flow control and we can control the flow of documents. Okay, so now here we have a in flow control we have two options. Okay, in flow control, okay, flow control we have two options. Okay, two options. One is one is parallel processing. What is the, see, what is a Boomi execution process, how the Boomi will execute? Yes,
Sequential. Sequential.
sequential, right? So now
Yes.
if you want to do, if you want to do parallel processing, so how you can do the parallel processing? So parallel processing, one option is parallel processing, another option is, so now if you want to do parallel processing, then we can use a flow control shape. Basically the Boomi execution is no, follows the sequential manner. Sequential manner means one after the one. So now if you want to do a parallel processing, then we can use a flow control shape and we can do the parallel processing. Okay, so now the second option is batch. Okay, the second option is batching. So now these two options are available in the flow controls. Okay, so most of the times if you want to do parallel processing, if you want to do parallel processing, then we can use a flow control. And if you want to do batching options, okay, if you want to control the flow draw, flow of a document, then we can use a batching option. So now, okay, now again in a okay, in a parallel processing, okay, in a parallel processing option, in a parallel processing, again we have two options. Okay, one is number of process, okay, number of processes, and the second one is threading option, threads. Okay, threads, number of threads. Okay, so number of threads. Okay, number of thread is nothing but a throttling, like throttling. So throttling, so what do you mean by throttling? Anyone have any idea what do you mean by throttling?
No.
Okay, no problem, we'll discuss. And the batching option, again in batching, again we have a three options. Okay, again we have a three options. One is no batching, no document batching, no document batch. Okay, no document batching. And the second one is run individual document, run individual document. And the third one is run specific documents. Okay, run specific group of documents, specific group of documents. Okay, so what does it mean? What does it mean? So now if you don't want to, batch anything, we can use this no document batching. And if you want to run individual documents, then we can use a individual batch. Or else if you want to a group of no documents, if you want to batch, a group of, okay, a group of documents. Let's say if you know, for example, from the source, if you are getting some 100 documents. Okay, if you are getting some 100 documents, in this 100 documents, if you want to run individual document, so one after one first document will go, then execution, then second execution, third document execution, fourth document execution. Likewise we can use the individual. Okay, if you are using no batching, 100 documents at a time it will go. And if you are using a specific group of no documents, let's say I want to execute a group of 10, then the first 10 documents will go as a group, then it execution will complete. Then in the second group again 10, in third group again 10. Likewise the group of no documents will go into the execution. Okay, so now how we can run, how we can execute by using a flow control shape in a Boomi, now we can see flow control shape. Flow control shape, so you can see here, name itself it is saying that flow control. Okay, so the flow control shape contains a set of options that allows you to configure how documents are processed within the process. See how you want to process the documents. Okay, how you want to process the document within the process, then we can use, okay, this option. Okay, we can use these options. If you see here, we have two options. One is parallel processing options, right? Parallel processing option, and the second one is batch options, right? So batch option and parallel processing. So we have two options. Again, in the parallel processing, if you see here, again if you see here, we have two more options, right? Again we have two more options. One is parallel processing type, right? So parallel processing type, in the parallel processing type we have two options. One is threads and, okay, and threads and number of process. So why this threads option is not allowing, I mean parallel types of processing is not allowing, means note point. Again it is a note point. So note, so whenever, so if you want if you want to do the parallel processing parallel processing, we need molecule molecule or group of atoms, okay, group of atoms, okay, atom cloud or atom cloud, we need atom cloud. Okay, so here if you want to do parallel processing, we need molecule or atom cloud. Okay, see, atom cloud means in the training account you have a this atom, right? It is not a atom cloud, it is a cloud atom. Okay, it is a cloud atom. Okay, whatever atoms you have, it's a cloud atom, it's not atom cloud. Atom cloud means a group of atoms, it contains a group of atoms, a cluster of atoms. Okay, cluster of atoms are there, then we will call it as a atom cloud. Okay, now in the account, the training account will not support the molecules, right? That's why that no, parallel processing option is not enabled. Okay, so now if you want to do, let me log in into another account. Let me check. Okay, is there any molecule available or not? I will show you. Okay, it is very very important in perspective of real time as well as the in perspective of interview. Okay, here they are using cloud atoms, test cloud atoms. Okay, but they are not using any. Okay, but it is not a training account, right? It's a normal account, right? Let me to check flow control shape. Now you can see here, now you can see here, for, okay, for training accounts, this is my training account, this is my training account, that's why it is not able to enable, right? So now if you go to this is okay, corporate account, this is my corporate account. Okay, this is my corporate account. For this corporate account, no, it is allowing to do the parallel processing. See, parallel processing options, you can see here, threads and processes. So number of threads and number of process. Okay, so now if you want to do parallel processing, here again we have two options. One is parallel process, number of process. If you check the number of process, and here you can click on the number of threads, like the processes, like how many times it is going to be do parallel processing. Okay, now, and threads means, let's say I will explain you what you mean by thread. Okay, and here you can see the threads. Now again you can see here, no document batching, run each document individually and run batch of documents, right? So specific documents, how many number of documents you are specifying, you can click on this and you can run. Okay, so we have three options. Parallel processing, in parallel processing we have two options. One is threads and another is processes and the number of threads. And in the batching option, again we have three options. Okay, so this in the these are all options available in the parallel process. So now if you want to do no batching, if you can run no batching. So now if you want to run individual document, you can run the individual document. Or else if I want to run, okay, group of two runs, okay, group of two batches, then I can say group of two runs. Okay, let me take it and let me put okay up here. So now I want to run group of two. Okay, group of two documents as a batch. Okay, so now it will going to be group or two documents at a time and it is going to be executed. Okay, so now run the process. Now you can see here, come here. Okay, now click on this. The flow control chip is executing. After that, okay, here it will, you will not see in again one more important note. Okay, one more important note, the parallel processing or note, what are the executions. Okay, okay, in the test mode we cannot, okay, log the logs of the flow control chip, which means, see, we can log, see, it is saying that, execution is running, but how the execution is happening, whether it is running number of, batches or batch wise or any individual wise, it is, in a test mode we cannot able to track. Only if you deploy the process and in the process reporting page, there only we can track the flow control chip logs. Okay, so it is another important note. Okay, so we cannot track the log logs of flow control shape in the test mode or in the build mode, test mode or in build mode. So we can see only, can see in the process reporting page. Okay, so now come here. Okay, that's fine. So now, if you let's say I want, okay, I want, then I want run. Okay, so now this individual running and run of batch of, anyone have any questions on this? Anyone have any questions on this, these options, batching options? No, right? Okay,
No.
that's fine. Now come to the number of threads. Number of threads means, for example, let's say you have 100 documents. Okay, you have 100 documents under, okay, now you want to do parallel processing. So now you are threading the, okay, now 10 documents you want to thread it. Okay, you want to batch. Okay, now you want to batch as a 10 documents. Now if you are giving, okay, thread as, okay, thread as some 5. Okay, now how, okay, this, okay, this 100 documents, this 100 documents divided by 5. Okay, this 100 documents divided by 5, how it will come? Okay, 100 divided by 5. Okay, then how, what are the documents are coming, all the documents will group as a batches. For example, let's say I have a 100 documents, right? So if if you are saying this, then we will get a 20 documents in a batch, right? 20 documents in a batch. So now 20, right? 20, again 20, again 20, right, again 20, means this 20 documents will there, right? If you are no, if I'm taking group number of threads as 5, so now this 20, right, this group, these documents will flow parallelly at a time. Okay, it's not like that, first we'll go to, we'll execute 20 documents, after execution completions then again this 20. Okay, when, if you are, if you are not selecting any threading option, okay, if you are not doing any parallel processing, okay, if you are not doing any parallel processing, if you are selecting only batching options, then first 20, second 20, third 20, likewise one after one it will go. But if you are doing parallel processing with a number of threads, okay, number of threads means it will, divide all this 20, then all these 20 groups will flow at a time, which means parallelly will go. Okay, so now I will show you here. For example, I want to number of threads. Let's say I want 3 threads. Okay, I want 2 threads. No, I want 2 threads or 3 threads. Let me execute this. Now test it out. Basically these options will not no, will not see in the test mode. If you want to check all these logs, you need to deploy this process. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll deploy this process. That's fine. Now come here, we cannot able to track this. So what we do, so what we are doing here, we given as a number of threads as 2 and run batch of 2, right? So now we'll create a package. We'll create this package and we'll deploy the process. Okay, how we can going to be deploy?
But we give on.
In the
We can
package.
create the package component.
Then if you want to execute the process, where you can execute after deploying the process?
Man process.
Manually you can do it, or else if you want to do, okay, for this we have an attached atom, right? Let me attach any atom is there. Yes, test atom is available. Okay, it is saying that you please undeploy. Okay, that's fine. I will then I will attach to this. Then it is recalculating dependencies, right? You can see here. Now it is, now it is attached to this atom, right? Okay, that's fine. So now come, click on this, go to deployed processes, click on this process,
From
execute the process, right?
execute process.
From here also you can execute, or else you can click on the process reporting also. From there, from here also you can execute. Okay, so now you can see it is executed, but it is taking only 2 minutes. Why? Okay. Can anyone tell me why it is not this execution is not completed?
We didn't take loaded.
Okay. I will tell you. I will tell you why it is not executed. So these are all no, small things we need to take care of when we are doing the development. Okay. So if I come to the disk shape, do we given any directory? Do we given any directory?
No.
Okay, where we have given this directory? In the test text. Yes or no? Okay, and here come to the where we can extend those environmental. If you want to do any extensions in the
Extension.
environmental level, where we can do? Go to manage,
Manage.
atom management.
Okay.
Your voice is
Only one
repeating
second.
from us.
Please accept. Soha, can you unmute? Yes, sorry, you can mute. Now, okay, so now come here. We have a environment. Okay, we deployed the process to test environment, right? So you can see here environment extensions. Click on environment extensions. So we deployed the new disk. So you can check this one here. You can give the disk and say okay, right? So click on atom. Now it is not extend. Let me refresh it. Now you can see 9th July. Now it is get extended, right? The extensions are updated. So now click on this deployed processes again. Click on this execute. The message sent. Okay, come to the report, my process reporting page. Let me refresh it. Okay, now you can see here we get out as 2. Now click on this. Okay, go to the blocks, right? Batching connector disk. Okay, one shape. Here you can see the flow control shape. See here, now you can see here the flow control shape executed with a how many documents you have? 6 documents. Okay, we have a 6 documents. After 6, getting the 6 documents, you can see here. So the, launching flow control shape fiber. Here you can see here first batch, okay, execution happen with the 3 documents. See here. Okay, in the first week, we batched as a, threading as a 3, right? We given thread number as a 3. So now, sorry, thread number as 2, right? Which means, so it is executing. If you come here, okay, now you can see here how many threads we have given here. How many threads? Okay, we given as thread as 2, right? So we are getting 6 documents. Now it is splitted the 6 documents in, okay, into 2 batches, right? For in first batch, okay, in first batch 3 documents, you can see here 3 documents, and in the second batch again 3. Okay, you can see here again 3 documents. Okay, likewise it is getting divided. Okay, then it is, executing the process, all the process. Again you can see here, okay, flow control shape here, con- flow control shape, then the control, contains 3 documents, right? And here you can come here in the first, it is executed before the flow control. So see, 3 documents are completed. So likewise the control, okay, the document, controlling is, documents are controlled in the flow control shape. Okay, what I will do, so for your understanding purpose, I will make it as a sum 4. Okay, sum 4. So here I will change it into sum 3. Okay, now tell me, so let me create a package, the details component, deploy, select the environment, then select version, review, deploy. Okay, deployment is completed. Now come here, close it, close it. Let me refresh it this. Then execute from here also, you can execute, right? So select particular atom, select the process, then execute. Okay, now it executed in, right, 5 seconds. Let me open this. Still it is not, execution is completed. Okay, now you can come here, right? So click on the actions, go to logs, right? First, in the first execution, in the first control, it will, the 4 documents will go, and in the second document, thus again the, now you can see here how many documents it is. 6 documents are the flow control shape with the 6 documents, right? So then after you can see in the 2 documents, right? So 2 2 2, so 4 times 4 threadings it is doing, right? In the first thread it is taking 2, and in the second thread it is taking as 2, and the third threading it is taking as 1, and fourth execution, if you click on the fourth execution, the flow control, it is taking again the 2. Let me come previous. Okay, 1 to the last. Okay, you can see the with one document. So how the flow control will, execute means, for example, let's say you have a some documents. In the 10 documents, you given a threading as a some 6. Okay, this how it will go means first 2, then 2, then 2, then 2. Okay, now so now 1 and now 1 likewise. So now you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this 3 likewise this documents is going to be divided. Okay, this likewise these documents are going to be divided. Clear? Anyone have any questions or any doubts on this threading options? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so what I will do, I will close this. Okay, again without threading. Okay, without threading I will do the parallel processing with the two documents. Okay, each in the individual document I will do parallel processing, so that you will get to understand. With I am not doing any threading now. Okay, only I am using a batching option. Okay, now you can observe the behavior of a flow control chip. Okay, come here again, refresh it once again. Okay, execute the process. Right, it is getting executed, right? Okay, some okay, it is not loading all those things. Okay, now it is getting loaded. Come here, check the logs. Now come here. Now see the flow control shape. Okay, flow control shape, it is getting executed with the 6 documents. Okay, now come here. Okay, the flow control shape. Okay, now you can see the 2 documents are coming. Okay, it is getting 2 documents, which means now after see, if you come after the flow control shape, you can see here. So branch, in the first branch it is getting 2 documents, right? So that batch we given as a 2, right? Now you can see here it is getting 2 documents are getting, like, which means so in the flow control shape we given as a batch as a 2 documents, right? So now that's why it is allowing only 2 documents at a time. Clear? Is it clear? Anyone have any questions or any doubts on
Yes.
this? Anyone not understood? Yes. Okay, so today you can try this. Okay, at home this flow control shape is very very important, so try this. Okay, and if you are facing any issues, come up with questions tomorrow. Okay, if you don't have anything, we can wind up the session here and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, so whatever the shapes are left in this one shape and two, in this one, two, two shapes. Then in this two we have 2 shapes, and in this two shapes. Okay, tomorrow and after tomorrow we're going to be complete this all the shapes. Then later we'll discuss some real time scenarios and some more extra not real time scenarios and all. Okay, till here anyone have any questions or any doubts?
How many threads we can give on a single process?
Yes, very good. So in a single process, one more important, very good, I forgot to tell you. Okay, in a single process, we can do 10 threads, okay, at a time. Okay, we can do 10 threads. We can do 10 threads, okay, at a time. 10 threads at a time. Okay, very good. So here we have a flow control shape, right? So in a flow control shape, see here we can add 10. Okay, we cannot, like, we can do 10 at a time. It's not like more than 10 we cannot do. Okay, even if you enter, it will not do. Okay, it will do only the trend threadings. Okay, at a time. Number of threads is 10. Okay, clear?
Yeah, clear. Similarly, batch.
Batch, there is no optioning. See how many, depend on, depending on your flow. Okay, depending on your document size, so you can give n number of, okay, n number of, there is no restriction on batching here. Okay, we can give n number of, there is no restriction, any number you can give. You can give any number depending on your requirement. There is no restriction on this batch.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone, have any questions? Okay, then if you don't have anything, we can wind up the session here, and tomorrow we'll continue. Thank you guys, thanks so much. We'll meet tomorrow.